Hello, my precious wandering souls. Welcome back to Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I'm a little bit sick. Hopefully, it won't affect me so much. Last episode, we started playing as Edgeworth. We are playing as Miles Edgeworth because freaking Phoenix. He fell into the river and he has a cold. So now we have to defend Iris as Edgeworth. So yep, let's see. Oh yeah, Pearl is missing. Maya, we have no idea what's going on with her. There's the whole thing about Iris. It's a mess. So let's see what we have to do. Why you look so sad for? Oh wait, I had to go to another place. She told me about another place. Oh yeah, Heavenly Hall. Oh god, freaking Larry. Heavenly Hall.
Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? It's still better than the view from my apartment, though.
Every time you say something about how you live, it makes me so sad.
Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective.
Oh, why? Why does this... Oh, ow, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. Or they die. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next is going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Admitting to planning a crime. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck.
He's just talking to himself.
Shh! Be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done what?
Done that?
What did he do, I wonder?
Hey, you! About what you just said! I got an objection!
Gumshoe! What the? Edgy, you dirty rat!
Gumshoe, you oaf!
Dude, no, he's not going to tell us whatever he knows. Freaking Gumshoe.
I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out, objection! And in a loud, commanding voice too. I even pointed with my pointer finger.
You watch too many trials. You've watched too many trials.
I mean, I'm a police detective. What do you expect? I'm sorry.
Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? Do I have to? I would check this first. I don't want to talk to Larry. What is this festive looking ornament? He reminds me of art class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami, remember?
Well, I...
Oh yeah, you were never any good at it.
Really?
Yeah, this guy was so bad. He couldn't even fold $1, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing. Oh.
Really? I never would have expected that.
Be quiet already. I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can now make a perfect quarter-inch crane without a single flaw. You know, Etchy? Nothing for nothing, but a quarter-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy.
Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Oh, poor Edgy. Should I? Okay. What on earth is this?
That's a horrible graffiti problem you got there, pal.
You don't know anything, detective. This is art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris.
Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is?
Is how the artist himself defines it, right?
I should have seen that one coming.
Some graffitis are cool.
Well, is that the case? Then all my love boxes are masterpieces too, pal.
The one like the one you gave Maggie.
The store roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow.
Wow, makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look.
Heavenly Hall. I suppose it's an appropriate name in some sense.
You got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place has to be heaven, because that thing is hell.
You would do well to remember, Larry, that this is a sacred place to some people.
I guess there's nothing else here. Alright, but before, I'll show you Phoenix's attorney's badge. Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, "When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people," or something like that.
That was... oh, wait, didn't we have this dialogue already? Well, that was a long time ago.
But see, now you got the chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Hedgie, you gotta do it. You gotta save my little Iris.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Okay, I guess I have to talk to him. Do I have to? Fine. I'll talk to Larry. Heavenly Hall. What is this little shack anyway?
Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday.
And why were you down here in the first place?
Hey, come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse.
Sound a lot like my apartment there, pal.
No!
One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here.
So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe?
He's getting all body on us, sir.
What are you planning? Iris.
Listen to me, Edgy. You've gotta do this. You've gotta save Iris.
Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute?
Watch your mouth! Anyway, I made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl.
Mr. Ashworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you?
No, not yet. But I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, "I really want this man to carry me over the threshold" look. Ugh. I'm sure Nick would be surprised.
Larry, I don't like you, but please, for your sake, stay away from her.
He'd never imagine that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that.
Something tells me he would be shocked, indeed. But not for the reason you think.
That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt?
What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back.
If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand.
Do I have to cross-examine him?
Night of the crime. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night?
Ah man, don't you have anything else to say, to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. He's not interested in that, but... Okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really wanna know, last night, I saw something incredible.
Something incredible. Oh.
Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water.
Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him?
Maybe I have enough things here for the for the Magatama thing. Okay, let's try.
Take that!
The night of the crime.
Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw that night.
Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk.
Huh? That was a bit too easy.
Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, sing! The world in front of me went white. Like I just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi.
And then,
it was on fire! The bridge was on fire!
Dusky Bridge got on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes?
Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth!
There are still psychologues remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen?
Where you say? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Just answer the question.
I was in my own room, in the main hall. Where else would I be?
As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there.
There? What you mean there?
It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room.
Oh, of course. I don't have my pointer here, but you can't see the bridge from if you're in the Hasakura Temple. It's gonna be this.
Take that!
This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hasakura Temple.
What am I looking for?
I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees and it's impossible to see the bridge from here.
What? Why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, how about it?
How about what?
Do you feel like talking now?
About what?
It looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you?
You don't know that I wasn't in my room?
So where was Larry and why was he there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge from was here.
The only place that makes sense is right here.
Take that!
This is where you were. Well, what do you think, Larry?
Oh, not much, I guess.
I'm sorry, but what kind of answer is that?
Well, you were just making small talk, right? Like, how are you doing, or something.
Larry, Look at the expression of my face. Do I look like I was just making small talk?
To be honest, no, I guess not. Ow! Wait, what?
It appears I didn't think it through carefully enough.
Wait, what?
So where was Larry and where was he?
Wait, eh?
Okay.
Oh! Sorry. Brain is not braining right now.
For some reason I thought he was here, but no, it makes no sense. I suppose these are, what, trees?
Oh, he was here. Well, that was stupid.
Whoops! The place you saw the lightning strike from was, naturally, Heavenly Hall.
Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute.
Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet.
Uh-oh.
In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset.
I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick.
That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night?
That's what you might call a faire de corps.
I think you mean affaire de coeur. Could it be you were waiting for someone?
Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know?
I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you.
Iris, right? That mistake was so stupid. I feel so bad. I'm sick. I'm blaming it on my illness.
There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry.
I told you before, don't call me Larry.
The person you were waiting for was Iris.
Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy.
No doubt because of my chilly glare.
So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? You have said it like many times. Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing?
This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris.
Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall.
Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter.
Oh, hey! Keep that back! You're embarrassing me! What are you doing with that anyway?
That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry.
What do you mean?
Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here.
Thomas doesn't even know how to write a letter. Well, that's what it says in that book, Letter Writing for Dummies.
You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, you're so freaking stupid.
Hey, my phone is back.
Okay. Talk. Now. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Ridge, didn't you?
Sorry, Edgy.
Sorry doesn't cut it. Just come back, turn in a young lady like that.
Wait, hold up.
What now, pal?
What are you talking about? What threatening stuff?
I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal.
Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. What secret, Larry?
What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her?
Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact.
Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love?
With Maggie? What did you say?
My love for her burns so hotly, it could melt all the snow on this mountain.
Oh, then what is this secret you mentioned?
Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Obviously, she wouldn't want no lady beginning to know about it, right? About our hot and sour bittersweet love affair.
Alright, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Freaking dumbass!
Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh!
Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal?
It's cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
That's it? That's what those huge logs were about. I don't understand why you were so defensive.
Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Somehow, I never expect anything from you, and yet you manage to disappoint me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down.
But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something, I know it.
What do you mean, detective?
Don't forget that this guy said just what this guy said just a minute ago.
If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
Oh yeah. He's right. Larry.
Well, why? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.
Okay, something incredible. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Ridge.
Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true.
What doesn't?
If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those logs. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night, something more incredible than lightning.
What? When? Where? Why? How?
Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal.
No.
No! Freaking Larry! Freaking Larry, I swear to God!
What's going, sir?
Does this mean I have to do it all over again?
No, I refuse! I don't want to do it again! Freaking Larry!
Oh my god.
Why are you glaring like me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? I'm gonna hit you with a bolt of lightning, freaking idiot.
I've just had about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him into the witness stand.
He's going to be a witness. Yippee.
Oh, to be continued. It's only been 24 minutes.
I'll start the trial. So Edgeworth says something about arranging for a prosecutor. I wonder. February 9th, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Oh my, Mr. Elise feel that way about me?
Apparently, he is unaware of your real secret at all.
This is no time to be embarrassed.
Don't even consider it. It's freaking Larry. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing.
Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him.
Does that mean Mr. Loris is the witness today?
No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand.
Sister Bikini.
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Dornan, correct?
That is correct. It wasn't me.
Very well then.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed...
Don't worry. I made the necessary arrangements.
I see. So he said he arranged for another judge. I guess the one who presided over his first case? And the prosecutor... Oh...
Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted.
Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands.
Okay, here we go.
Edge's first trial as a defense attorney. Oh, that feels weird to say. February 9th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 7. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hasakura Temple.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. I was about to say the prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case.
Indeed.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. And an empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant... Oh! Yay! The prosecution stands ready. And you are... Francisca Von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. I knew it. When he said that he arranged for a prosecutor, I was like, it's not Payne, because who could trust Payne, right? I love this case. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred Von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a Von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You're imagining things, Your Honor. I've never prosecuted a case with you before. You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
He has a Phoenix's vacuum. Aw, that's very cute. Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say?
Francisca, I beg of you, Don't blow this for me, please.
There is not such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
Ah. Boys in Francisca with my with my cough. Sorry.
I told you, there is not such weakling.
I didn't read what he said. Boys in Francisca with my cough. It's gonna be a bit difficult.
I told you, there is no such weakling.
What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom.
But bailiff, remove that whip and...
Hold it!
I have no objections to the no objection to the whip.
You don't?
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This is gonna be a fun trial.
This promises to be interesting, Miles Sedgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Sedgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers.
I see you brought your flair for the
What?
histrionic.
Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court.
You clearly haven't presided over Phoenix's cases.
The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor.
Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case.
With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. Her body was found in the Hasakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue.
The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene.
Hey, more evidence. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime.
Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney.
Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight.
If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain-plagued witness.
Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please.
Okay, that's much better.
Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Kasakura Temple on Hingle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone.
But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Ah! The courtroom is the Garden of Holy Judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once.
You want me to leave? So you admit? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right.
I can still hardly believe it, miss myself, to be honest.
There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about a boot.
Typo.
Tell us about your own movements that night, Typo. The night of the murder. Okay.
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. Oh goodness. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hasakura Temple. There is no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it.
Uh-huh.
So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hasakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made.
There is only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle, now are you, Mr.
Well, I know, I just...
And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle, now are you, Miles Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination.
Okay. I think...
Was helping an acolyte. My legs to a dog.
I think it was something here. Hold on. Where is it?
Wright was in her room until the murder was discovered.
Objection!
Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Well, don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hasakura Temple.
In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights-out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all.
No! She said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hasakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi.
But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. Ah! All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped here?
Because she doesn't dare to whip Edgeworth.
Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, you're older than me and yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence.
Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick.
Then please add your comments about...
maybe it's not a typo.
About Iris to the testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination.
The night I was dining... I had the bubble on my app. In the inner temple.
Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner.
No, she wasn't. We know she gave this to Phoenix. Is this it?
Objection!
Oh, it was it. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure she gave Phoenix her hood, so she wasn't dressed up the same. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon guarding hood, correct? Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing. I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Uh-huh.
Hold it right there. Why do you have that?
That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood.
Well. The box is...
It's not about feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it.
Order in the... Sister! This hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them.
I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh?
Each nun is only given one hood.
This should be the only hood that Iris owned.
Then this is quite strange.
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here.
I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt.
Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple.
Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. You're so freaking dramatic. Contradictory stimulation. You freaking drama queen. After my bath, okay.
I finished my bath around 11 and thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and... Iris was, Mystic Elise, and with that sort of old things. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
Where is it?
After death.
Oh, I got it.
You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in court, and me seeing it all from this very chair.
Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth.
Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours?
Okay, I know exactly what to present and where. Okay, the stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. But, according to the autopsy report, Body fell 10 feet after death. After death. Yep.
Impressive logic. That's what I like to say anyway.
Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter.
However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
The autopsy report? Are you about to update that on me?
The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
Ah! That's right. It says after death right here.
The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim here in the courtyard, there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Ah! Oh, order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dunham's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Ah! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your whim has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious play of beard. However, if there was no blood in the room, then your... I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this. As I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood.
Ah, okay. I don't know if they're going to explain it. When someone gets stabbed, the thing that it's stuck on your body acts like some sort of blockage. If you remove, like in this case, the sword, then that's when the blood will start just coming out, pulling down. So I think that's what she's trying to say. When it produces the most blood. I don't know if they're going to explain it.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, when you take out the knife or sword in this case, that would be when the blade is removed. Yep.
Ah, I get her logic now. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. Yeah, that's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking.
We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I'd expect no less from Franziska Von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point.
It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my boot. Sister, please, give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
With your whip, right? With the whip. With the whip.
Oh boy. All right.
Further details. Okay. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Kami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Mr. Edgeworth, Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Francisca Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Okay. Hold it?
Hold it!
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right! Some of it has splattered onto Iris too! When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? She didn't tell us about it. That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Yeah? Keep pressing? Going back to your previous statement. You said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you said you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like it came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? Yes. More important than you can imagine. I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt. It was smoothly drawn out. Smoothly drawn out? You think this thing would come out smoothly? Do you really think this thing would just whoosh, like with no problem at all? There's no way. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. the Edgeworth charm. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claimed to have seen. The weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, also, not only did she say that the weapon was withdrawn smoothly, but she also said to the hilt, and only like the tip. Well, those three tips are covered in blood, so you would assume if she was stabbed like with the entire sword would have blood, but it doesn't. So what happened there? Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. There's no way. What do you mean? Please explain explain yourself! To start with, don't you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? There's no way. No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Objection!
doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble! I, too, may appear to be weak and frail. No? But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose.
I won't say anything.
The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit.
That isn't the only issue here. If the sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly.
Exactly. That's...
We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding.
Yeah, why isn't there more blood?
It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a block of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding.
That's nothing more than a conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a shishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction.
You still want more?
This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it?
Exactly.
If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword.
Oh! I think I have an idea. Order! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising these many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that.
And what about Phoenix?
But what does all this mean? What does all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but...
Having come this far, there can only be one answer.
And that is...
The weapon used to kill the victim was not the shishito.
What?
Okay, yeah, the game is going the way I have this theory that it wasn't that Iris killed her, it was more like she was fighting the body? Like, stabbing her again?
A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool.
Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
Well...
It's because Miss Tikami was holding it? Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. This is what influenced us. If it influenced us to believe that the shishito was the murder weapon.
Order! Ah! So maybe the shishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises.
The obvious question?
Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found.
Another mystery to throw into the pile.
A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was, it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about there? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe... I think I might know where that sword was disposed of. Eh? You what? Oh, baby, a triple. Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen?
She's not old.
Location of the weapon.
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used.
The snowmobile?
Oh yeah, there was one thing like that. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusty Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out.
Huh.
Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to see if there is any contradiction here, but...
A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in front of Hasakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge.
Uh-huh. Wait, I need to check something because I...
That solved your pesky little problem, yes?
Hold on a second. Wait. Snow location line strikes. No, super there, line to... I have an idea, but I'm not sure.
The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
I saw the murder. After asking the report, I went out the main gate. Tracks. 15 minutes. Maybe... Where is it?
Okay. Well, but if they went to the Eagle River to throw the weapon and then return, shouldn't there be more, like another like line of track? Like there's only one. There should be one for when she supposedly went, and one from when she returned. But there's only one. Maybe that's it. That was it!
I admit, this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? There should be two.
What do you mean?
Iris left Hasakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
Oh, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth.
Eh?
On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall.
10 to approximately 11.
This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped,
leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks.
There is a contradiction.
The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible.
Would you care to explain? Why there is a root index finger currently pointed in my general direction.
He's doing the he's channeling his inner Phoenix, right? No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. It has to be this one. Take that?
Take that!
Okay. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Ah!
Oh, order! Order! Very well then. Hold on, I have to check something. Where is it? Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. But
Ah! It's too soon to be closing this trial to the snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report even ever correct?
Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data.
Ah! Forecast data? All weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing if in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true, we cannot be totally sure, eh? I think I know. What? How did she pull that off? It has stopped snowing at Hasakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth.
Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? I think... it has to be this one. Right?
Yep. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right, but proving that is...
incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception.
And that is...
the victim herself, Miss Elise Dunham. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It has stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks.
Ah! Order, just what? Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hasakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow.
Then, when this person returned to Hasakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Oh. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night, Iris used a snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hasakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hasakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hasakura Temple,
it was there by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow too.
But that is impossible.
Order in the court. What does this all mean?
So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hasakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? No. Was there no one out, walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? There was someone. I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Yep, only an idiot. Unless they had something really important to do. An idiot who had something important to do. Freaking Larry. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor. Actually, there just might be one individual who might be of help to us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. Which are? First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being? This individual that I am thinking of when wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Richward, who is this idiot you're talking about? Yes, keep calling him an idiot. That makes me happy. It's freaking Larry Potts. This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de la Duc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Potts, a disciple of the victim, the Listoni. Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris. Do it! Put him to shame! Do it! But it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. Okay, that makes sense. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man. What exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. Summon this Judas as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he's in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well, Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Yay! Recess! Oh god. Not Larry. Not freaking Larry. Fine. Okay. I'm gonna stop recording now. I hope you liked it. If you did, maybe consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye!